Last time, we saw tension rising as Tsukasa found that Senku was still alive. The war is yet to start, and our heroes are trying to build the next key innovation to win the war, a cell phone. But with only a few moments until Tsukasa's army attacks the Science Kingdom, will Senku and the gang be able to accomplish their goal? Who do you think will win? Stick around and let's find out what fate awaits our friends in this recap of Dr. Stone Season 2.
よし行くぞ先制攻撃だ
音爆弾点火今だ行け逆サイドゴー
Senku makes some space food inspired by his father, so all of his companions can remain strong and full during the war with Tsukasa. By asking Chrome and Kaseki for help, he makes cup ramen, an innovation that is quite common in today's world, and rocked for them too. Then, it's night, and Senku has different plans. Along with Gen and Chrome, Senku decides to fool the Tsukasa Empire soldiers by using Lillian's voice to raise their hopes about someone trustworthy out there with their hopes they will join them. So, what do? The next morning, Senku prepares Chrome, Gen, and Magma to plant phones near the battlefield without being caught. It was to distract Homura, a Tsukasa Empire member and a very strong scout. If she sees them planting the phone, their plan would fail. But with a lot of effort and being sneaky enough, they successfully planted the phone in the graveyard and went straight to the battlefield. Gen, Magma, and Chrome go on a journey to take the phone to Taiju and Yuzuriha. Just like they expect, the plan works, and Homura is lured indirectly by the sounds of fake bombs. After being lured in, Kohaku makes the next move to try to catch her. She starts chasing Homura, and we see a flashback of Homura's past as a gymnast, which shows us why she's so athletic and unbeatable. While Kohaku is having difficulty catching Homura, Senku uses a flash bomb, blinds her, and ultimately catches Homura. Even after going to this extreme, Homura easily escapes. But after counting the villagers, Homura notices the absence of Gen, Chrome, and Magma and began to head in their direction. As she's chasing them, Senku and the phone squad make a plan to capture her. Homura notices they made a phone. Hoping she can destroy it, she climbs to a fake antenna and ultimately gets captured by Kohaku. The phone squad finishes installing the phone at the graveyard, while Taiju and Yuzuriha find it and set up a communication channel with Senku. Everything seems to be going well at this point. With multiple plans in action, we see Nikki watching Yuzuriha and Taiju enter the grave while Gen, Chrome, and Magma hide from Ukyo. Chrome starts a fire to let Gen and Magma escape, while Taiju requests Nikki to hear what his friend or the fake Lillian Weinberg says. After seeing a phone, Nikki is stunned. Gen then impersonates Lillian Weinberg, but Nikki, a die-hard fan, instantly asks Lillian how many CDs she sold to know if she's even real and finds a hole in Senku's plan. However, Senku instantly tells Gen the right answer. But Nikki is still unconvinced and asks about Lillian's body proportions, and after listening to the answer, she realizes that she's speaking to an imposter. Senku gets careful here and plays a recording of the real Lillian that he received from Byakuya. Moved by the song, Nikki had no choice but to cooperate with Senku. Nikki and Senku discuss the plan of bringing more men from Tsukasa's empire to their side. On the other hand, Ukyo finds Chrome out and makes him surrender while Magma returns to the Ishigami village. In the village, Kaseki finishes building a wheel. We then see Senku creating blueprints for steam engines so they can easily travel. But by doing some science magic, he creates a lot of train parts like pistons. At Tsukasa's headquarters, Chrome declares to teach Tsukasa how amazing the science is. But looking at this, Hyoga starts bullying Chrome and threatens to throw him into the waterfall. But the badass villain, Tsukasa, had something else in his mind. He wants Chrome to betray Senku or he dies. He said that in exchange for Senku's head, he would leave the village alone. Chrome chose death rather than betray his friend. So, Hyoga drops him, but Ukyo saves him on Tsukasa's orders. Then Tsukasa asks Ukyo what Chrome was doing when he found him and lies that he found him scouting the Miracle Cave. It seems we have an ally in our hands. Or what ulterior motives does Ukyo have? And back in the village, Senku is still working on a part of the steam engine. Chrome gets imprisoned at Tsukasa's headquarters, while Kaseki and the others finish making the automobile's body, calling it the Steam Gorilla. The science team is worried about Chrome and embarks on the journey to rescue their friend. They reach a cliff and camp there. Kohaku is set post to keep watch, while Suika moves ahead to scout. Being bored, Senku decided to modify the Steam Gorilla and turn it into an absolute killer tank. He then uses paper and molten plastic and adds armor to the already amazing Steam Gorilla. However, Kinro expresses disbelief and said that the paper shield might not protect the tank from much damage. Senku then asks him to attack the shield with his spear, and all his cockiness is crushed when his spear breaks after hitting the shield. Now that Senku has everyone's support, they work on the engine while Tsukasa is building anti-vehicle traps, wary of Senku possibly building a vehicle. Tsukasa revives Yo, a former police officer known for his strength, and puts him in charge of guarding Chrome. But this guy is just a weasel who doesn't care about rules. Just get things done. Unfortunately for him, Chrome plans to escape the jail by telling everyone that he has to pee. So he starts grabbing anything that he could find to build a weapon or something to escape. Back at his cell, his dumb ass only grabbed useless herbs. Later that night, someone sneaked a battery, which gave Chrome an idea on how to escape. Chrome sees this opportunity to escape the jail cell, but Yo quickly stops it. He then starts working out and gathers his sweat and uses the battery to make sodium hydroxide to melt the rope holding the bamboo together. Avoiding the anti-vehicle traps, Chrome escapes but is quickly caught by Yo. But being crafty, he fakes pneumonia and quickly hits Yo in the balls, allowing him to escape to Senku's hideout. On the other hand, Senku decides to use his newly built vehicle to capture the Miracle Cave. Using Lillian's recording once again, he gains the trust of more of Tsukasa's men, but their plan is exposed when Ukyo's superhuman hearing finds them talking on the phone. He then reveals that he saw Yuzuriha's secret mission to reassemble the fragments of statues that Tsukasa destroys. With chaos building up, we see Yo use one of his subordinates to put the blame on Chrome's escaping on him and act the hero by dying in the waterfall. After which he gives the stone on his right eye to the guard and runs away. Ukyo and Senku come to similar terms and form a no-death policy. This is because Ukyo felt repulsed and angry at Tsukasa for killing people. So if someone was going to stop him, Senku is the only one. Tsukasa visits the grave with Hyoga to pay respects to Yo. On the other hand, Senku finishes building the tank as Taijo and Yuzuriha move on with their plan. And suddenly, Tsukasa discovers the phone hidden at the grave. Everyone reaches the Miracle Cave and observes the enemy from afar. Senku and Taiju, full of nostalgia, remember the time they woke up, the place where everything started. Ukyo informs Senku that Tsukasa and Hyoga are far away. This is where the Kingdom of Science marches towards the Miracle Cave, and Senku fires his new gorilla tank to lower the enemy's morale. Kohaku and others also go to the frontal line to start assaulting the enemies. However, as soon as they think the plan is working, the tank falls victim to the anti-steam vehicle traps the enemies made. Magma and Chrome use their new weapon, the Sonic Cannon, to immobilize the majority of the men guarding the cave. On the other hand, Nikki and Ukyo stop Minami from warning Tsukasa. But to Ukyo's surprise, he hears Tsukasa and Hyoga run towards them. Ukyo tells everyone to run for it, but is cut mid-sentence when he is stabbed and thrown at Senku. Kohaku and everyone charge straight at the cave. However, as Kohaku's teams fight the overpowered Tsukasa and Hyoga, Senku, Gen, and Chrome try to find a way to make gunpowder, but Senku struggles to make it since they don't have the other ingredients. But then Chrome gets sulfuric acid from the tank, which gave Senku an idea and mixed it with other chemicals to create nitroglycerin, aka dynamite. Senku throws a paper plane and it lands a bit farther from everyone and creates a massive explosion. Seeing such harmful material, Tsukasa's men surrender, and this is where he argues with Senku about why he wants to make a pure world. It turns out he was doing everything for his younger sister, who was deemed clinically brain dead, becoming comatose at some point. The whole reason why Tsukasa is the way he is because he wants to protect his sister with everything. It became his life mission to protect his younger sister, so he became a boxer at a relatively young age. Seeing such a painful past, Senku wants a truce in exchange for reviving Mirai, So they go to the area where Mirai's former hospital was located. Tsukasa then discusses his beliefs and how bad he's done. But nothing would change his goal. Senku and the crew then decide to dig up Mirai from the area. So before reviving Mirai, Senku wanted a truce from Tsukasa. Using the revival fluid, Mirai is revived. It's such a heart-touching moment for both siblings as they meet again. On the other hand, Homura steals and uses dynamite to destroy the Miracle Cave after being freed by Yo. But there is a lot of beef still going on. After learning about the truce, Hyoga tries to kill Mirai, but Tsukasa protects her by getting speared instead. Senku and Tsukasa are pushed into a river while Hyoga jumps in to fight. They ultimately wash up on the riverside, where Hyoga does what every villain does to their victim, the Tok no Jutsu. He began telling them a story about how only the elite should survive, and this and that. Oh, shut up and kill them if you're gonna kill them! Tsukasa is angry at Hyoga and lashes out at him. Being one of the strongest people in their world, Hyoga quickly overpowers Senku and Tsukasa. But Senku electrocuted Hyoga with a taser that he made out of his ass, immobilizing him and ending the fight. Chrome and Tsukasa's men now reunite to build the biggest scientific civilization and the most advanced. We then see Kohaku apprehending Homura while Hyoga is restrained. Gen revives a manga artist from the past, and Yo returns to civilization to help restore all the broken statues. As he feels bad about his past crimes, he wants to make things right by helping the scientific civilization. Senku then shows everyone how to make superglue to seal Tsukasa's wounds, but that only buys him time until he figures out how to save him. With that, Senku decided to keep his body frozen inside the refrigerator while his injuries remained intact. Senku promises to return and revive his biggest rival soon, once he can figure out how to petrify and depetrify him to heal the wounds. He then calls a scientific assembly where he talks about finding the secret of the petrification. He also says that they will now roam around the world, build a ship, and do crazy adventures to learn the mystery of petrification. What other great inventions Senku will be able to bring to the stone world? Stay tuned for the next recap. See you in the next one. Peace!